Hi, I'm Richard Maraj, Senior Minister at Unity of Phoenix Spiritual Center, and I want to thank you for visiting our website and for tuning in to today's message. If you feel inspired by today's talk, I really encourage you to make a donation by hitting that button below and making a contribution to this ministry. It'll allow us to continue these messages online and to do the great work we do here at Unity of Phoenix, which is to inspire people to live better lives. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for your support, and we hope to see you at a Sunday real soon.
Morning again, everyone. And a shout out to everybody who tunes in and watches us online. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this 80-year-old guy goes to the doctor for a checkup, and the doctor's amazed at what great shape he's in. And he says, "How do you stay in such great condition?" And the guy says, "Well, I'm Italian, and I'm a golfer." And he says, "That's why I'm in such great shape. Before the daylight even comes, I'm on the fairways, going up and down the golf course, and I have a glass of wine, and everything's great." The doctor said, "Well, I'm sure that kind of helps, but there's got to be more to it. So how old was your dad when he died?" And the guy says, "Did I say my dad was dead?" And the doctor says, "What? That's amazing. You're 80 years old, and your father's still alive. How old is he?" He said, "Well, he's 100 years old. And in fact, he golfed with me this morning, and then we went for a walk on the beach after we had a glass of wine. He's still alive. He's Italian. He's a golfer, too." And the doctor said, "Well, that's great, but I'm sure there's got to be more to it. So how old was your dad's dad when he died?" And the guy said, "Did I say my dad's dad was still alive?" The guy says, "No, you're kidding. You're 80 years old, and your grandfather is still alive? That's incredible. How old is he?" He said, "Well, he's 118 years old." "He's 118. Don't tell me he golfed with you this morning." He said, "No, he couldn't golf because today he was getting married." And the doctor says, "Getting married? 118 years old? Well, why would someone want to get married at 118 years old?" And the guy says, "Did I say he wanted to get married?" Whew. So how many people here would like to live a long, healthy, vibrant, active life for many years to come? How many people would like that? I think we all would. And how many people would say that physical fitness is a high priority in your life? Okay? And how many people would say that even though it is, you could do a little bit a better job of exercising and eating properly? All right. Wall Street Journal did an article, and they interviewed the top 100 successful people, asked them a variety of questions on all levels of success. Interestingly, one of the questions that they all answered exactly the same was the question, what would you have done differently if you had to do it all over again? And the one that came up consistently was them saying, "I wish I'd taken better care of my health." That as successful as they were in so many areas, the one thing they felt they neglected along the way was taking care of their health. And I read an article once that said that we all say, 80% of us say, that physical health and well-being, fitness is a priority, but only 20% of us actually back it up with consistent behaviors in that area. And the question is why? Why is it that we say it's such an important value to us, and why is it that we don't always back it up? One of the reasons is I think that we sometimes think we don't need it. When we're young, I've heard people say stuff like, "Hey, I can eat anything I want and I won't get any weight." Or something, I can get by with only 2 hours of sleep and blah, blah. And we do that over a long period of time, and then it catches up to us. Another one is we say, "Oh, we're too busy," or we make our career or making money a higher priority, and we don't mind letting our health go away. Another one is we don't know how. Sometimes we think when we want to get in shape, we don't know where to start. We don't know what to eat. We don't know exactly what to do. And another one is discipline. That it does take some effort. It takes some energy. And sometimes we don't have the discipline to keep it going consistently. Jesus said he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. And that means that we have the potential to have a deeper quality and a richer experience of life, things that are happier, more fulfilling, more abundant in so many and all those ways. And we all deserve to have a great life. And whether that abundant life for us looks like greater prosperity or a more fulfilling relationship or starting our own business or all the other things we could think of, the fact is for it to succeed, every one of us needs to have a strong foundation. If we don't have a strong foundation, then we cannot build higher or anything lasting or enduring in our lives. And to me, the strong foundation for building any level of success are the 4 pillars of physical fitness, mental fitness, emotional fitness, and spiritual fitness. If these foundational things aren't there, with less health, we're not going to be able to build as well. Or mental or emotional fitness, we're not going to build as well. Everybody remember that story in the book of Matthew that talks about the man who built his house upon a rock and the one who built it upon sand? That when we build it and don't take care of ourselves in those key ways, it's not going to create a lasting level of success or happiness in any area. And so today we begin, this is our 3rd year of our 30-day challenge called Game On. And the whole point of it is to challenge us to live our lives at a higher and healthier level, to build that foundation that can make us be successful in any area that we want. Because sometimes we all get into a comfort zone. We all, forget to do the things we know that are important to do, forget to eat as well as we know we can. And sometimes these challenges really shake us up and help us to pick our game up and know that we could live at a higher level and kind of force us and invite us into that. And the commitment we're talking about can make a huge difference over the next 30 days and over the next many months and years. And all we're saying is, for 60 minutes a day, would you be willing to make a consistent commitment to your level of fitness? 20 minutes of physical fitness, 20 minutes of meditation for spiritual fitness, 10 minutes of affirmations or reading, filling your mind with positive things for mental fitness, and journaling or forgiveness or releasing for emotional fitness. Because those things really will create the foundation for us to add almost anything. It will make our lives better in every single way. And the cool thing is when you do one, it kind of helps the other. And the more we keep doing them, they actually will lift us to an even higher level than we imagine. So today we're talking about getting our game on. And even though today you'll start doing all of those activities, each Sunday we'll talk about one specifically and get into it a little more deeply. And today we'll talk about physical fitness. I don't think anyone would disagree that our bodies are an amazing, amazing gift from God. It is through these bodies that we get to experience life. We get to see and smell and taste and touch and move and jump and dance and do all kinds of amazing things. It is these bodies that we are given that are absolutely priceless and absolutely amazing. They are an incredible blessing. In 1 Corinthians, it says, "Do you not know that you are God's temple, that God's Spirit dwells in you? For God's temple is holy, and you are that temple." That your body is not just an incredible gift that can do many great things. It is actually the temple of God. It is the temple of the living God. But sometimes we do not treat our bodies like temples. Sometimes I don't think we believe it is a holy and sacred thing. I don't think we believe it's as amazing and special based on our behavior. I truly believe in many ways that our most important relationship in our lives actually begins with ourselves and includes our relationship with our own bodies. I also believe one of the most challenging and difficult relationships we have in our lives is with our own bodies. Anybody ever read that 10 rules for being human? Rule number 1 is you will get a body. Rule number 2 is whether you like it or not, it will be yours for the entire period of your life. And that's a funny thing about it. It's like, what kind of relationship do we have with our bodies? And the thing that's really, really kind of weird is, as much as we say it's our temple and how valuable it is, there's some ways that we don't treat our bodies particularly well. Not only with what we eat or don't eat or exercise or sleep, but sometimes we can mistreat it even worse with drugs or alcohol, or smoking. Sometimes not supporting ourselves, not going to the doctor, not following what our doctors are telling us to do. And I'll tell you, the worst one I think that happens to our bodies is the fact that in our culture, we are sold and told what a perfect body looks like. That a body should look like this. Because beautiful only looks like this. Gorgeous only looks like this. We get so conditioned into that. Do you know what happens? We begin to feel ashamed of what our bodies look like if they don't match what that particular image is. And we begin to hate and criticize and judge our own bodies. Put down different parts that we think that should be bigger, smaller, or whatever. After my car accident, when there's atrophy and scars on my legs, I hated my body so much. I refused to look at myself in a mirror. I would literally try to ignore parts of myself. How many people ever had a body issue? Anybody ever have a body issue? Okay, about 4. I mean, really, so embarrassed about ourselves, putting ourselves down, thinking ourselves ugly or at least not beautiful, and sometimes not lovable. Nobody's going to love this. Still struggle with some of that. Anybody ever see or heard of the TV show called Naked and Afraid? You know, I think they ought to do another one called Afraid to be Naked, because, I think I could star in that one, but anyway. So here's the thing. We all have a body image, and sometimes it's conditioned upon what other people think, and it creates us a lot of frustration. You know, it creates, we become very self-conscious. You know, there's even a gym now that says the no judgment zone, because people are afraid to go to the gym because their body's compared to other people's bodies. And here's what I believe. We all have a self-image, and sometimes that it's impacted by our cultural conditioning. And the self-image determines our self-worth, and our self-worth affects our self-care of how well we treat our bodies, how well we love it up, how well we exercise and do those things. So again, I ask you the question, what is your relationship with your body? Is it a loving, nurturing relationship? Is it a love-hate relationship? Is it a relationship you just tolerate? Again, I believe that our relationship with our bodies are one of the most important avenues for our spiritual growth. Because like every relationship, there needs to be love and acceptance and care and understanding. So as it relates to your body, how loving, how caring, how supportive are you with your body? You know, the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And the second is to love others as yourself. And a part of as ourself includes loving our bodies. Everybody heard of Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity? You know, she had tuberculosis, and she went to a lecture where she heard that we are whole children of God, that we don't inherit sickness. And so she went home, and she actually apologized to her body for thinking of it as less than. She asked it for forgiveness because of the way she was thinking about it. And then she started blessing her body and affirming it, you know, and appreciating it. And it literally changed. She changed, for her healing to happen, she changed her relationship with her body. And one of the key things in relationships, where people always want to get their relationships better, and you know one of the best things to make our relationships better? Stop doing things that are hurting it. So like one of the best things to help a relationship is stop criticizing and complaining about and judging each other. Just stopping that alone, the relationship will get better. Because that heavy energy of being judged or criticized, when it dissipates, there's actually peace. There's actually connection. So here's the thing. So what insults or put downs or thing do you constantly say about your body? What less than pleasant thoughts do you think about it or ways that you judge it? And the first thing to do is stop it. It ain't going to be easy or quick, but that's one of the best things you could do. Stop saying those things. Been trying it this week. Yesterday, didn't do so good. But I got another day today, and I'll keep working on it. So we need to stop doing the things of putting down our bodies, and then we need to start giving thanks and blessing and loving it up, because it's a great vehicle. I mean, we get to do an amazing amount of things. It brings us so many experiences and joys that we need to celebrate it a little bit more. And the more we celebrate it, you know, the more we'll feel connected with the parts that we've kind of disowned and kind of rejected and disliked. I love my body. Together. I love my body. Can you take a deep breath into that? Feel that love from your head to your toes. My body is beautiful. Together. My body is beautiful. Deep breath. My body is the temple of God. My body is the temple of God. I love my nose. I love my toes. I love my eyes. I love my thighs. I love my gut. I love my butt. My body is beautiful. I love my body. My body is the temple of God. My body is a temple of God. Deep breath. Just love this amazing body temple that God's given you. It's unique, it's amazing, it's wonderful, and it does incredible things for us every single day. And next thing is, when we start loving our body, well, the next thing we'll start to do is start listening to it. Because I don't think we always listen to our bodies. Our bodies actually know way more than we think. It knows what it needs. It knows when it's tired. It knows when it's hungry. It knows what's best for it. Friedrich Nietzsche said, there is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophies. Dan Millman said, everything you need is already within you. Just listen, feel, and trust your body's wisdom. Your body already knows. The question is, do we turn to it and ask? Do we turn to it and trust? Do we turn to it and listen? Two fabulous books. One's called The Body Never Lies, and the other one is called The Body Keeps the Score. And so when it comes to traumas and things like that, the body keeps the score. And that if you listen to your body, it will tell you the truth. It will help us heal. It'll help us release traumas. It'll help us release things that are negative that can bring us more wholeness. You can listen to your body and know what food's right for you, but also you can listen to your body and it will help you heal, help you release those things. Even some of those holistic treatments and somatic therapy, they're all about helping release energies that have been stuck in the body. And if we pay attention to our body, it can bring us greater healing. And you know what else it does? It will not just give us great decisions, but it'll help us connect us with the truth of who we are, of what our own inner purpose is and our guidance and what our soul is here for. Because the more we pause and ask and listen, the body will tell us way more wisdom. The soul will begin to speak through us, through our own bodies. The question is, are you willing to love your body enough to listen and to let its wisdom guide us and lead us and heal us and open us and help deepen our connection? And then, so when we love our body, we can listen to our body, and then it's important to move our bodies. How many people here don't like to exercise? Just be honest, please. A few. Okay, about 20. And so here is what Joan Rivers said. She said, if God wanted me to touch my toes, he would have put them on my knees. Robert Hutchings said, whenever I feel like exercising, I just lay down until that feeling goes away. Ellen DeGeneres said, I don't need buns of steel. I would be happier to have buns of cinnamon. And so, I don't know, I like that one a lot. So anyway, there are all kinds of exercises we can do. I mean, it's absolutely countless. I mean, hiking, biking, walking, running, yoga, swimming. It's endless, all the things we could do. From the treadmill to push-ups, lifting weights, shooting baskets, pickleball, anything you can think of. But here's the distinction I want to make, is that we always think it's about exercise, and it's not. It's actually about moving. It's about moving. And, we think it's about going to the gym and just, working out, feel the burn and all that stuff. But, if you think about it, working out is an artificial way to make the body do what it's already naturally meant to do. Back in the agrarian society, when we were growing our foods and hunting, people just moved. There weren't gyms that people went to. But we live very sedentary lives because we have earned so much money. We pay people to do things we used to do. We pay people to clean our house so that we don't need to. We pay to do all kinds of things that we don't need to do. In our society, we try to avoid movement as much as possible. Anybody ever been in a parking lot at the gym and you drive around for 20 minutes to get a close parking spot because you don't want to walk too far? Anybody ever do that? Come on, someone other than me has to. And see, this is the kind of things we do. And because that's the kind of thing, we think luxury means you get to a level of wealth and success so we don't have to do anything, and yet it kind of hurts us. And so we go to the gym and run the treadmill. Again, nothing wrong with that, but here's the bigger thing. If you want your life to improve in a greater way, just start moving more. Start doing some more chores, do some more things that are natural and fun and easy. Two of the healthiest people I know do not go to the gym at all because from morning till evening, they are moving. They move. And not they're running themselves ragged, they actually just are doing things. I mean, the simple things of cleaning our own house or doing particular chores would actually make a huge difference because it's just movement, because life is energy. And if we keep that energy moving and flowing, it's not about being all hulky and all that kind of stuff. And again, nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying, don't condition your mind to think the only thing is the gym and lifting heavy weights and stuff, because it's really just about moving. You know, so those things are tremendously, tremendously important because the body wants to express more life and more joy and creativity and ideas. You know, and it doesn't just have to be on that kind of hard, working out stuff. So a couple other things. Number one is we need to meet ourselves right where we're at. You know, don't think you got to run a marathon. Don't compare yourself to your friends who are doing this, that, and the other thing. Do what is right for you. And also, don't compare you to even your previous self of a year or 2 or 5 years ago or 20 years ago. One of the things about our relationship with our bodies is it's always going to change, and we need to change with it. Because as we get older, I mean, sometimes some parts are not in the same part as they're originally positioned. You know what I'm saying? And that affects our relationship with and so don't compare yourself to how you were at 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever age that was. Just 4 months ago, for me, physically fit was walking a mile, 4 times a week and go to the gym. And suddenly it's like standing up for an hour and raising my arm this high. And so it's to not judge where it was or get angry about where it was. It's meet yourself where you're at today. Forget all the upset or all the thing about what's changed and where it's at. It's just meet yourself where you are today and do the movement and the things that'll help your life right where you are now. It'll get better little by little, but don't put that extra stress on yourself. Second one is also support yourself in the best way that you can. So last September, one of the best things I did was I found myself a workout partner. It was so cool just to meet someone at the gym. Because I guarantee you, from all the times we went together for those 3 or 4 months before my shoulder injury, I would have probably missed at least half of them if it was just me going on my own. But going with someone together was so fun. Just meeting them there, chatting a little bit. They do their thing, I do my thing. But it was really a lot of fun. Maybe your support is to get a workout person. Maybe it's to join a gym. Maybe it's to do a video. Maybe it's to walk with a group. Maybe it's to become a dog walker and let that be part of your walking. Or however you want to do it, support yourself in the way that you need it. You don't need to do it alone. It's to get the support that you need. So my question for you is, what movement are you willing to do that you aren't doing now? What ways are you willing to improve the ways that you move and have that life energy within you flow in ways that will bring you greater joy and greater energy? One of the coolest things about exercise is, sometimes you think, oh, I don't want to go to the gym or I don't want to do this because I'm tired and it'll suck more, I don't have the energy. When you actually do it, you get more energy. Isn't that interesting about working out? The more you do that, the more you get. So that we need to start putting out more energy in the universe so we can get more energy physically, mentally, and emotionally. And the cool thing about these things, about these different fitnesses, the more physically fit you are, it'll make you more mentally fit, more emotionally fit, and open to be more spiritually connected. It is a cool thing because, again, life is energy. We just got to get that energy moving in healthy ways. As Jesus said, he came that we may have life and have it more abundantly. We can live fulfilling, meaningful, amazing lives, and a part of that is to include your relationship with your body. How healthy is that? Are you willing to love it, listen to it, and move it? And if you do, I guarantee you the energy will flow in your life. Things will go great if you're committed to physical fitness and if you're committed to getting your game on. God bless you, everybody.